Welcome to Rise Up Beyond Fertility. This is a podcast for women who are trying to conceive, going through IVF or fertility challenges, or having a break, or just working out the next steps, who feel like this journey has changed them in ways absolutely no one prepared them for. Here we talk about the emotional chaos, all the trauma, the identity shifts, the cultural pressure, the societal pressure, the grief, and the quiet moments where you wonder who you are becoming through all of this. I'm Tina, a fertility and life coach, and this space isn't about pushing through or pretending that you are absolutely fine. It's about feeling supported, reconnecting with yourself, and rising up beyond fertility, whatever that looks like and feels like for you. If you've been wondering and asking yourself who you are beyond all of this, you are in the right place. Hello. I want to start with something that's probably been said to you more times than you can count, that either makes you want to scream inside or lose your shit. And that's just stay positive. Sometimes it's said kindly, sometimes awkwardly, and sometimes by people who really don't know what else to say. And maybe they think that that's all it takes to make a baby, right? Just think positive. And yet there's something about those words that trigger you and make your whole body tense. And it's not because you are negative Nancy or you want to be negative, but because it feels like it doesn't give you room or space for how you actually feel. So if you've ever had that and thought, oh, I can't do that right now, this episode is for you. Gosh, the number of times that I was told to stay positive at times when I was barely holding it together was insane. No one could see that I had been positive for months, for years, positive through appointments, the waiting, the hundreds and hundreds of injections I did, the unsuccessful cycles and transfers, the losses, endometriosis, adenomyosis, complications, and the uncertainty. So when someone said it again, it didn't feel encouraging. Honestly, it felt like pressure or like I was doing it all wrong. There's only one acceptable way to show up, and that you must be positive 24/7, and anything else is too much. So honestly, there's a thing that rarely gets said. Staying positive is often a code, or is often missaid for please don't make me uncomfortable with your feelings. And it's not because people don't care or they're just mean. It's because emotions like grief, fear, uncertainty, it's really hard for people to get and understand. And it makes them feel weird, awkward, uncomfortable. And it's even worse when there's no clear fix. So it's not like, oh, I've got a toothache. Okay, we'll go to the dentist. There's no quick solution or fix to any of this when you're on the journey. And so from a nervous system perspective, because I love talking about the nervous system and the neuroscience of it all, being told to stay positive when you are so overwhelmed and like barely pulling yourself out of bed in the morning can make you feel like you're doing something wrong, you're broken, or that what you're feeling isn't real. what your system hears is what you're feeling isn't okay, what you're feeling isn't real, try harder, do it better, do some more, try another way. And that in itself is exhausting. And when I talk about rising up beyond fertility, because I talk about it a lot, and it's really the framework of the coaching and everything that I do, it doesn't mean forcing positivity, because let's face it, that's impossible. Like, no, even the happiest person in the entire world isn't positive 24/7 or isn't like upbeat 24/7. Like, we're humans, right? We have human feelings and emotions for a reason. It's our body trying to tell us something. And so it doesn't mean, so this rising up beyond fertility doesn't mean forcing positivity. It means letting the truth in and being okay with it, being okay with what's going on. And some days that truth includes hope. Some days that truth includes grief. Some days that truth includes overwhelm and just tiredness. Other days it includes anger, sadness, frustration, just numbness, feeling disconnected with your body, or just being scared, like being scared of what's going to happen in the next few months, in the next year, in your future. Like, it just goes on. None of these emotions mean you're failing your journey or you're failing yourself or you're failing full stop. It just means that you're real, you're human. And you are allowed to have moments where, you think, gosh, feeling positive feels so far and it feels so impossible for me right now. And if you know me and you've been listening to my new season podcast, I love to give you some journal prompts to help you with all of this and everything that you're going through. I just want to talk a bit more about journaling and why I'm a big fan of it. Journaling on this journey isn't about fixing yourself or forcing clarity or forcing anything. It's about giving your internal thoughts and emotions a safe place to land, a safe space to reflect, a safe space to explore. When everything stays in your head, it tends to spiral. Like, we've all been there, right? You have a thought and then it spirals from one thought to another. And then before we know it, we've literally like imagined the worst possible scenario ever. Or we've taken this tiny thought that's now, we've created this huge story around it. You know what I mean? The anger, the grief, the resentment, and the fear. So all of these emotions have a space and a place for you to explore them, write about them, and just understand more. So it's also about understanding yourself. And when you write, it helps your brain slow down. It helps things slow down. It helps you also notice what's underneath this reaction instead of judging yourself for it or feeling bad for even having it. And, you don't have to be a published author. Like, trust me, I'm not really that good at writing. You just have to, and so you don't have to write beautifully and it makes sense and it's all like, grammatically correct. So you're not trying to get the right answer. You're not trying to write this beautiful paragraph. It's literally what's in your mind, what's going on for you at the time. You're just creating space for you to be honest with yourself, because no one else is going to see this, right? You're not talking to someone about it. You're just, understanding what's going on for you. When I coach women and I work with them, I do, and they haven't tried journaling before. And they, sometimes they say, I've tried, it doesn't work for me. I'll try it. It's too much effort. I always encourage them to start off small, start off gentle. And then by the end of working with me, by the end of the 12 weeks or the 6 weeks, they really embrace journaling and they love it, and they realize just how much it's helped them on this journey. And not just with fertility, but with everything, like with their career, with relationships, with how they're feeling about their partners, about themselves. Like, it's everything, right? It's everything. And so if it feels right, I'd love for you to take a few minutes overthinking it and stopping your body from tensing up, So you can use these prompts that I'm about to share with you, and you can stop when you feel a bit lighter, or when you feel a sense of relief, and in your own time. So I'm going to talk you through some prompts to really help you understand yourself better, what triggers you when someone tells you to stay positive, which, let's face it, you hear so much on this journey from so many people but also so many random people. I'm going to go through the prompts now. So the first one is, what comes up in my body when someone tells me to stay positive? And just to help you, is it tightness? Is it frustration? Do you feel like you're completely shutting down? Pressure? Like anything that comes up for you. And 2, what do I actually need in those moments instead? And it could be to be listened, to be left alone, to be understood, to have compassion and empathy. And number 3, where have I been forcing myself to be okay when I'm not? We've all done this, right? We all, at some point, have forced ourselves to say it's okay when we get home, we just cry because we've been trying to hold it together for so long. And the last one, number 4, what would self-kindness look like for me today, even if it's 1 or 2 things without needing to feel positive? And honestly, there's no right way to answer these. It's just what comes up for you without forcing it, without pretending. This is your journal is one place where you don't have to pretend, and you don't have to feel like everything's okay. You don't have to put that mask on. It's time to put that mask down. And it's, something for you to do without pressure, without expectation, without judgment. It's your sacred ritual for yourself. And I will also include these prompts in the show notes. So if you're listening and you're on a walk or you're driving and you haven't got time to do the journaling right now, then please refer to the show notes and you will have all the journal prompts there. Let's change direction for a bit. I would love to take you through a short guided breath work, if that's okay, just to leave you feeling a little lighter, a little bit safer. So let's slow things down for just a moment. Sit comfortably and let your body be supported by whatever you're sitting on. So whether it's a floor, your sofa, your bed, a chair. Take a slow breath in through your nose and a gentle breath out through your mouth. I want you to do that again. In and out. Now, silently say to yourself on the inhale, I don't have to fix this. And on the exhale, I'm allowed to feel what I feel. And as you do this, let your shoulders soften. Let your face relax, relax all the tension in your jaw. If you're frowning, just let your forehead soften. You don't have to be positive all the time to be worthy of support, to be worthy of love. Take one more slow breath in and a long breath out. And you can do this as many times as you need to, or as many times as you like throughout the day, before you go to sleep, when you wake up. whatever works for you, whatever you need right now. If this episode spoke to your heart and stirred something up inside you, I really want you to hear this loud and clear. You're not negative. You're not ungrateful. And you're certainly not doing this wrong. You're responding to something that is so incredibly hard. Rising up begins when you stop judging your emotions, judging yourself, and you start allowing them, and you start feeling them, as uncomfortable and awkward as they might feel. Like, our emotions are there to be felt, not to be pushed aside or ignored. You don't need to feel better today. You just need to be honest. And if you've not heard it for a while, or you just need to hear it, you are incredible. Before you go, take a breath just for a moment. You're doing enough, even on the days when it doesn't feel like it. If this episode spoke to you, you're so welcome to share it with someone who you think might need to hear it. Or come and find me on Instagram. I'd honestly love to hear from you. And just to say that this podcast is here for you for support and perspective, not medical advice. For anything medical, always please check in with your doctor or specialist healthcare team. Thank you for being here and for not walking this part of your journey alone.